two things to start with. Let us say that children do best with their natural parents. And it's also true that there are many more same-sex couples that have kids now, both some as a result of sex and some not. And does it matter in this debate how well or not well those children do based upon the availability of their of marriage to their parents, or are they just collateral damage in the argument? That's my question.
I think it's an argument for me.
I would say that it matters very much. I mean, one of the things that I talk about is that same-sex marriage never takes a child away from competent biological parents who want that child. But what it can do is to provide more stability and support for children, who are being cared for by same-sex couples. And I think that those children are tremendously overlooked in this debate, and they ought to be a key feature of this debate. So yes.
I do think they matter. I do think it's a question that matters. It's not, for me, the core question, but no, those are every single one of those children matters. And if we could demonstrate, if I believe that there was a very significant number of children who were going to be hurt by the absence of gay marriage, I would think that was the single best argument, because one of again, this is not a response to John. I'll just say generally, I think that let's just confine it to opposite sex people. The way language moves, you see same-sex households a lot. I mean, anyway, we worry really far too much about our own happiness in marriage, and not enough, and few things in our culture encourage us to take and view as the children as the most important thing relative to marital frustration, temptation, boredom, and actual unhappiness. So yeah, that would matter. Now, I don't believe, and this is something that I think David and I probably disagree of, I don't think that gay marriage is going to end up having I don't even know it'll protect any children, really, because, first of all...
Did you mean to say David, or did you mean to say John?
I meant you.
Okay.
I meant you. Maybe I'm...
That's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
The number of children who are being raised by same-sex headed households is incredibly much smaller than you would ever guess from the media. The best estimate is that 80% of those children are the product of previous sexual relationships, because that's just the easiest way to get children. We know that remarriage does not improve child well-being. The way that, from what we know from the social science evidence, is the main way that marriage protects children is it makes it more likely that their mother and father will stay together. So, pause. It's plausible to imagine that gay marriage will increase the stability of same-sex couples by some measure. It's also plausible to me that it really may not. It would require it to become an institution within the gay community, and the strongest signs are that marriage is being celebrated as a right, not a norm. There are obviously many exceptions in the future, so pause, we can't know for sure, but my belief is that in a culture where the strongest drive towards marriage equality is as a right, as a celebration of social respect for gay people. You see this explosion of interest at first. You see a tailoring off very rapidly of the number of same-sex couples who enter. You see high rates of dissolution within this community, even among those in legal unions. And the fraction of this community that is actually raising children as a result of their unions is so tiny that it's very hard, there are each people and they count, but I don't really see that in terms of threats to child welfare that this is likely to rise very high. Now, same-sex couple adoption, I would be more easily persuaded was directly relevant, because protecting the legal rights of both parents to a child that will stay with you whatever state you're in, that to me makes more sense if protecting the children of gay couples was our highest priority.